Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the trading table. I hope everyone had a great trading day today. Today, we're going to be looking at some of the biggest movers and what to watch out for during this week. Looking at our heat map here, we could see that SPY was pretty neutral, finished about 50-50. Chip stocks did all right today, nothing too crazy. Tech also pretty neutral, just a pretty midday all around. Besides Tesla, right? I personally gambled these Tesla calls, and that somehow worked out. They had some great news today, but we'll be taking a look at that in a bit. Looking at SPY here, we can see that SPY has been stuck at this 531 level for quite some time, right? If we jump out to the month chart here, 531 is definitely a notable level for SPY here. So if SPY breaks this, I could definitely see 532, but it keeps getting stuck at this 531 level, which is where we're at right now. Opened at 529 and then just kind of rose up, chopped around, rose up throughout the day here. Looking at NVIDIA now, I've been saying NVIDIA since last week, right? They report earnings this week. They started out the day pretty low for NVIDIA during earnings week, with a low here of 931 and a high of 953. Pre-market's pretty neutral right now, but tomorrow I can definitely see NVIDIA pumping as buyers flow in. Definitely something to watch here. Looking at Mara, we were talking about this yesterday as well. Mara really didn't have much of a move. It's kind of consolidating around this 23 and 21 level. So Mara not doing too bad. Mara is up pretty nicely right now compared to those 17 numbers not too long ago. But if we look at Bitcoin here, we can see that Bitcoin didn't really have any moves today, so that can contribute to why Mara is not exactly, moving that much. As you know, Bitcoin and Mara are pretty closely correlated. So, Bitcoin doesn't move much, Mara won't move much. The US dollar index, I was talking about this yesterday for gold, right? It is on a decline. It's not a very strong downtrend, but it is on a decline. So as we see, the dollar kind of weaken, we will see that gold will strengthen, right? As the dollar weakens, gold strengthens. That's how it works. They're not both, but they're negatively correlated. So, gold could definitely see some bullish moves here. But now looking at PDD, right? PDD is a China stock. They are reporting earnings this week. They're reporting on Wednesday, I believe, before open. We'll be looking at the earnings chart later, but PDD, another China stock to watch here. As you know, the Chinese economists and government have been pumping the market full of money. So definitely something to watch here. If we jump over to BABA, I'm going to say this once, I'll say it again. I told you guys to pick up some shares down here in this dip where earnings occurred, and that moved very nicely. We had a peak here all the way up to 90, but it kind of dropped back down to the 85 level. So, China stocks in general, pretty strong right now. BABA was at about like 70, maybe in the high 60s a month or two ago. And now it's at 85. So let's keep an eye on PDD, and maybe we can, make some trades on that. Jumping over to you now, Landon.
Thank you, Andrew. So to start off, I kind of want to do a recap of, how our big money plays have been going. For our first one, congratulations to everyone that got into that Microsoft play. We called it at 9:56 a.m. Microsoft, around 700K total premiums. And that option contract just boomed. Like, it was 90% profit. Crazy. So for our new big money plays, we actually don't have a lot. We have one that has a lot of money stacked up on it. It's for ticker symbol FSLR. It's at a strike price of 200. It's a put option contract. There's a total premium count of 5.75 million. That's a crazy amount. But the only catch is that it's like the expiration date is well far out. The expiration date is 1/16/2026. And back to you, Andrew.
Yeah, the FSLR, we did call that out yesterday for the first time, I believe. There's definitely more shares coming in there, as I believe yesterday it was nowhere near 5.75 million, which is an absolute insane amount of premiums as this the price per contract for this is around $1,000 for this far out, maybe even more depending on the strike, right? Big money did go relatively far out of the money. They went for a 200 strike, but I mean, FSLR has been on an uptrend. This isn't my favorite play, but it is good nevertheless if you're willing to play that long, due to the amount of time and the amount of money in it will definitely, play a part in moving this. But yeah, that Microsoft play, just jumping off Landon here, that Microsoft play, right? Big money called this out at 9:56. That's when we saw this through our order flow analysis. And 9:56, right? If you sold at the peak here, great profits. I would be careful getting into this as we won't know if big money is in or out of this until tomorrow. So they could already be out, right? I mean, 90%. If I was big money, I'd be taking profits on 90% too, all out, just like that. So
For sure.
yeah, just definitely be careful on that, right? Jumping over to ticker symbol MO now. We covered this in our dividend video, right? Since we covered this, we did put that out on Saturday, right? Mo has seen a substantial increase here, considering its volatility. It's not a stock that moves a lot, right? It's 0.98% up, or 0.89, sorry. It is up though, and it's doing quite well. They had a strong uptrend today with minor pullback here, or close to open at around 11. But other than that, Mo is doing great, and this is a great dividend stock. I mean, I've been with them for around 3 years now. It's in my long-term portfolio. It's going to stay in my long-term portfolio as long as tobacco is legal. So looking at our earnings page now, Monday after close, we did see Zoom report. Zoom didn't really move much. They were positive on their earnings, but nothing too crazy, right? Tuesday after close, not really sure who these guys are. Not very important. But before open on Wednesday, we have PDD, a China stock reporting. So let's keep an eye on PDD here because, it could be a nice place to pick up some shares, could be a nice place to pick up some contracts, as we saw with BABA, right? BABA reported, fell, and then subsequently rose all the way back up to 90, which is a nice level. After close on Wednesday, we got the big boy, right? Let's play that hype train tomorrow. Just do be careful with their options premiums. They are very, very expensive because the implied volatility is over 100%, which is very rare to see. So implied volatility will make options contracts more expensive. The more volatile an options contract is, the more a seller can list the contract for. And then us, the buyer, if you're not already in NVIDIA, you're paying more for that premium. Medtronic reporting on Thursday before open. But other than that, that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the trading table. Be sure to check out our free Discord. Link is in the description. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening.